You're probably thinking, as an empath or a highly sensitive person, how is manifesting financial abundance different for you than for a non-empath or a non-highly sensitive person? Well, I'm Deepa Lou. I'm the creative mystic, and I'm an empath, highly sensitive, and I will tell you, manifesting for the empath or highly sensitive financial abundance is much different than for the non-empath or non-highly sensitive. So why is it so different for you as an empath or a highly sensitive to manifest financial abundance than the non-empath or non-highly sensitive? Well, I talked about it in the last video that one, you need to have prosperity consciousness, and today I'm going to talk about you have to know the end result that you want, the heart's desire that you would like in your life, okay? Now, as an empath or highly sensitive, what are the two things that you probably struggle with the most? Other people's energy, being clear on what you want, right? I've heard lots of empaths, lots of highly sensitives tell me, "Oh, I don't know, one time I think I'm clear and then all of a sudden I'm not clear." Is that you? Or, I feel really good, feel upbeat, and then I get around some other people and all of a sudden, I've seen myself take on their energy, their emotions, and then I don't feel so positive. I have found that most empaths and highly sensitive struggle with knowing what their true heart's desires are. And why is that? Because what happens for you when you get around other people? If you're an empath, you may even take on their emotions, right? So maybe you were feeling like happy and all of a sudden you take on someone else's emotions and you see yourself feeling, oh no, and you're worried and you're having anxiety, okay, because that's what they were having. Or you you thought you were clear on what you wanted. You think, okay, I'm clear on what I want. I want to manifest, this business that's going to bring me all this financial abundance. Now, I know this is about financial abundance, but there's so much to financial abundance than just money, okay? It's having an income stream that brings you ongoing money, or a job that you love that brings you the money, okay? Because what good is just money? See, I don't consider that financial abundance when you're going to work every day and hating your job to get the money, because that's like trading your life force for something that you hate doing. Okay, so you really want to look at that. All right, now I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm just telling you financial abundance encompasses money, but how you get the money. How do you manifest it? Is it coming to you in a way that feeds you or a way that drains you? Because that's important, that you manifest that money in a way that it feeds you, okay? So what I see with empaths and highly sensitives is that they may get clear about something, and then when you get into someone else's energy or emotions, all of a sudden you lose clarity. And in order for you to manifest the financial abundance you desire, you have to be clear on what's true in your heart. You have to know your heart's desire of how you would love to manifest it in a way that actually feeds you, that brings you joy. All right? Now, if you're interested in this topic, please subscribe. Give me a like if you like what you hear, and give me a thumbs up. Okay. So how do you get clear about what your heart's desires are, or what even are heart's desires, right? Well, you have a heart's desire if when you're doing it, it brings you joy. If after you do it, you feel joy. That's how you start to recognize when you have a heart's desire. So as that empath, that highly sensitive, how do you start to get in your own energy and know what you need, what you desire, what your true heart's desires are? Is one, you spend a little time alone. If you can get out to nature, it's even better. But if you can't, just take some time to take your own energy and spend a little time alone and check in with yourself. Like, what little inklings have I been having as I go through my day, like something I desire to do? What do I keep having going on in the back of my head that I feel called to do, but I'm not acting on it? Those are true heart's desires, something that comes up repetitively. I tell people one of the ways my spirit guides speak to me when I'm out in the day taking action and doing things is maybe something will come across my attention more than once. Sometimes, well, usually now all it ever takes is twice. But in the past, when I was first learning how to really trust my intuition and my spirit guides, it would have to sometimes come 3 or 4 times before I would go, oh, this thing keeps showing up. This is something, that I need to do, or I need to really act on. And so you really want to take a little time for yourself I love to come out in nature and do it because then you're around the trees and the devas, and you can touch your spirit guides more often if you're highly sensitive because you don't have as many people. Obviously in nature where there aren't hordes of people and you're crowded with other people. I come to this one favorite spot I have that I can feel like I get away. And it's really not that far from where I live. So think about where you could go. It can be a park where there's nature and at least where it's not as busy. So look into that, because that's one of the first things I recommend if you're highly sensitive or an empath to start to get clear on your heart's desires is to take some time alone, and if you can, in nature, okay? Number two, for what you should do to get clear on what your end in mind is do something creative. You know, I love painting. I'm a sacred artist. I create these spirit guide portals for you to connect with spirit guides. And whenever I feel unclear, I go do some creativity. Creativity sparks me getting connected with my higher guidance. Now, I actively do a prayer and connect with the spirit guide that I'm going to be creating so that I can infuse that energy in there. But just the act of creating, because all creation comes from the creator, whatever you call your higher power, God, Buddha, Allah, the universe, spirit, doesn't matter, comes from there, comes from this one consciousness that's out there, that everything we desire already exists. And so we need to connect with that. And one of the easy ways to connect with it is creativity. Whatever you love to create. If you're a musician, I love drumming. Came out here today that I was drumming just with my flat drum to kind of connect and clear the energy. Something creative of some form where you're creating. That helps you connect with your heart's desire. The third thing I do whenever I need to shift my consciousness, like if something upsets me, you get upset. Spouse does something, boss does something, a client does something, if you're in your own business, right? Something happens, you get upset. And you can see yourself that, I'm upset. Instead of staying in that upset place, how do you shift your consciousness? Because the faster you can shift out of the frustration, the anger, the whatever downward pulling energy you're in, the faster you're going to attract more financial abundance, because financial abundance comes from having an uplifted, expansive prosperity, more than enough consciousness. And whenever we're frustrated or angry or fearful, we're in that something is lacking, and that's not prosperity. And so we want to be able to learn how to shift ourselves, because you're actually the master of your emotions, the master of your energy. You get to actually choose, but we've been programmed to believe that we don't get to. And so it's a practice. I still have to practice, but one of the things I do, if something upsets me, triggers me, I feel frustrated, what do? I go do a spiritual practice. If I'm at home, I go sit in front of my altar and I do a little meditating or chanting to shift my energy. If I'm not at home, because, right, it doesn't always happen at home. Let's say it happens at your job. I go and I do a silent prayer if I can't do something out loud, or either maybe I chant even silently, or I listen to a little uplifting music, something that can shift my energy and I do it with the conscious intention of, I'm shifting my energy. I'm letting go of this lack consciousness and getting back into prosperity consciousness. Because like I said, step one, right, is you want to be in prosperity consciousness. Step two is you want to get clear on your desired results. Okay, so part of what gives you that clarity on what you desire is acknowledging when you're frustrated and let me shift out of it. And that's also with acknowledging, okay, if this thing is frustrating me, it's something you don't want, what do you want? And start to practice asking yourself that question. What do I truly want? What is my heart's desire? Because your mind, when I say your mind, I mean your consciousness, is an amazing thing. It answers what you ask. And so you have to start asking the right kinds of questions. And what most people do, and I'd love to see in the comments if you do this, is they ask the wrong kinds of questions. They ask things like, or they say things like, what's wrong with me? Or why is this not working? Those aren't what I've called the solution-oriented question. You want to ask your consciousness, your mind, higher power, what you desire, for what you desire, not what you don't want. And so those are the things to help you get clear on how you start to get clear on the end in mind, because you don't know what to ask for if you don't know what you desire. And so you want to ask for the very thing that's going to bring joy to your heart, fulfill your needs, not just the very little need of eating and food and clothing, but like self-care, what you need. If you need a massage or you need a vacation, all of that are needs. And most people, I know I was raised this way, was to think that that's extra. I get that only if I do the right thing, earn enough money, am a good person, So, but no, you deserve those, okay? Those are part of needs of being in a human body. So one of the most important things that you need to manifest financial abundance is to feel good. You have to feel uplifted. You have to feel expansive. You have to feel positive. You have to feel like the money is here, okay? And if you're worried or frustrated, that is not going to manifest more financial abundance. And as an empath or highly sensitive, you have to understand that you're more susceptible to the people and the energies that are around you. So you have to be willing to go, if I want to manifest more money, I have to take care of my energy first. I have to get clear on what my heart's desire is. I have to make boundaries so that I am clear on it. Now here's the thing, when you get clear on your financial abundance, let's say you're clear that, saying, okay, I'm clear now on what I want financial abundance in. I'm clear that I want to have a business that can bring in $500,000 a year in profit for me so I can get paid well, and this business is fulfilling my purpose of why I'm here on the planet and feeds my soul. It actually feeds my energy rather than depletes it, okay? And you've got this clarity in your mind. Maybe you can even envision it in your mind. That's even better. The more clarity you have and the more you can envision it and imagine it, that's going to manifest it more, okay? But as an empath or highly sensitive, you have got to write it down. Write it down, okay? Because as you start to take steps towards this or own it, I will be honest with you, what will happen is your subconscious programming will try to grab hold and it will cause you to forget. Or, especially as an empath or highly sensitive, you'll get around other people's energies and pretty soon you'll go, what was that clarity I had? So I want you to write it down. It's vital to do when you're an empath or highly sensitive. You have to write it down. And after you write it down, you have to stick it up somewhere that you go every single day. So I recommend your bathroom, because you go there every single day. Now, I have mine on my altar because I go there every single day. And so that's where I'll look at it. But I also put something up in my bathroom, okay? So you get to choose where, and you can put it in both places and you can put it in several places, but you need to keep it in front of you, especially in the beginning, so that you can keep that clear end desire that you want. Because if you don't, as an empath or highly sensitive, you're going to see yourself go, what was that vision? I don't know. And so I highly recommend writing it down, putting it somewhere where you can see it every day. And not see it so much that you ignore it. You know how that is? You put something up and pretty soon you don't even notice it. You want to maybe move it around if you have to. But if you can, read it every day. Now, I'm going to tell you that's the best thing you can do. But reading it so that it's in your, this is my end desire. This is what I want. Okay? So again, if you like what you heard, please subscribe so that you can get the rest of the series. If you know of someone who would benefit, please share it. And remember, greatness is within you. It's time to shine your light. Someone needs you. Blessings. Have a miraculous day.